not my portion yet. But sometimes you have to accept what it comes with. You can't just kill yourself because you don't have a baby, or you
Yeah.
can't like avoid people or stay alone because they have children and you don't have. You're going to die of depression. So what I normally do is, if I just get someone asking me about it, I'll purely tell you about my condition, even if it's not necessary. But I won't give you a chance to like bad mouth or tell me, oh, you have to try this, you have to do this, you have. I've gone through so much. I've listened to people. Sometimes even people tell me, you don't give your husband pressure to give you, he's comfortable, he has kids, you don't have. And that's why sometimes you see, if you people you don't agree on something, he doesn't care. And I'm like, I get bitter about it, and sometimes I tend to think it's true, and I'll come home with that anger,
Yeah, some
and
anger.
I'll
Yeah.
feel that he doesn't love me. Yeah, I'll feel he doesn't love me. Sometimes I'll just sit in a corner and start crying for no reason. Sometimes I'll just sit down and say, maybe he's not buying me something, or he's not giving me something because I don't have my own. Even if I start a quarrel or a fight with him, it will end up like, I don't have your kid, that's why I don't have a kid for you, that's why you're treating me like this, or that's why you're doing this to me. Because in my mind, people say a woman is a baby. But for me now, it seems, or I feel sometimes I'm less a woman because I don't have a baby. And now taking care of these kids, most of the people think sometimes I'm harsh to the kids, of which I'm not, because I accepted him with the kids. And I try to, sometimes it's hard to bond, especially with kids who know their biological mom. It's hard to bond with them like completely. So I try so much. So people think that maybe I'm trying to do the worst thing or being a bad mom. But for me, I try to bring them up like my own. Like no, I've accepted. Okay, people tell me, Pauline, you don't have to think about it. Just leave it. But do you know that one thing that you'll never forget in your life? Even if you just close your eyes and say, I want to forget myself for 1 hour. All that 50 minutes, you just think about, oh, I don't have a baby, or how would I feel if I was pregnant, or I want to have the craving, I want to see how my husband is going to treat me. So it's hard to forget. And if you meet with these pregnant women or people who tell you, I was in that 10 years down the line, I was like you, but now I have a baby, you're like, oh, so also me one day I'm going to be like pregnant. You get so excited. And once you have the excitement in you, now it also brings another type of a fight, because now I'll be so excited. I want to have him more. And it's like, it doesn't work like that. You just have to relax, eat well, work out, do this and this, and then God will provide. But for me now, the excitement starts now knocks
To go
in like a
down.
fight,
Yeah.
like, oh, you don't want this with me, you're like this and that and that. So for me, I would say sometimes it's giving me a hard time. Like January today when I was at work, and our colleagues were talking about their daughters who are in class 5, the age of my daughter now, and they were talking about their daughters' periods and everything, and I'm like, this is an interesting topic. And I try to share in, but sometimes I feel I'm out. So most of the time I was silent when they were talking, and they were like, "But Pauline, you have a daughter. Why are you not telling us about her? She started her period or something?" And I'm like, maybe I can talk about it. You see,
Yeah.
so it's hard, but I at least try and appreciate and listen to other women who talk about their kids, knowing that one day maybe, if
You
God
get your
will,
own. Yeah.
then I will appreciate. But if he doesn't, I still appreciate. I have to love the kids, and we
Mhm.
love each other. Yeah.
So, Mwakazi, how has the whole situation been like for you? Of course, yeah, you have like the other side of you that already has kids. Of course, you might not be getting that society push, like, hey, Mwakazi, you don't have kids yet. So, how have you been? When Pauline goes through it, you go through it. So, how have you handled this?
It's been tough, honestly, because sometimes the
Mm.
pressure started with the mom. The mom kept on pushing until you're like, so the more people from outside keep on pushing, like when are you having this? Have you tried this? Have you tried this? They'll come up with a million, alternatives, a million things you are supposed to try. And you'll not be like every day telling them like, I've tried this, it didn't work, I've tried this. Because they'll be like, you'll be recommended to like 10 doctors. You go to each one of them, and each one of them asks for like that is $30 or $40. Yeah, that is to see them. You have to pay like $30 or $40. So you've gone to all those doctors with no solution. You get to a point whereby you are like, okay, let me not push so much, because I've seen and I've heard stories of people who have really pushed. They really tell God, I want a kid and I want now.
Yeah.
And God will give you maybe a disabled child. You're like, okay, I wanted a child, but not this kind of a child. So I think we get to a point where we're like, okay, can we just for once relax? Because there's always a reason why. Maybe we are not aware of why she's not conceiving now. But let me believe, like I came to learn, let me just trust in God's time. Yeah. And try to take the pressure off her, because you see, if she has that pressure every month when she undergoes her period, she's moody, she's depressed, and I understand why. Every time she feels like maybe the periods delay, she is very hopeful, and
Hopeful, yeah.
she'll yes, hopeful. She'll be like, I hear people saying that when you're pregnant, maybe your nipples will start hurting, hardening. So you'll see her touching, and they are talking about their hard. So, like you're trying to preempt, yeah, trying
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
actually accept you're in a situation that you are not. So trying to get her out of that situation also
It's hard.
calls for wisdom, because you can clash, because that's when she's at her lowest. Yeah. And let me say, as a man, the least or the best I can do is just support her in this journey, because if I start now, pushing her away because she has not given me a child yet,
Yeah.
I'll be very unfair, because it's not me who gives, it's not her who gives or receives, it's God who gives. So there's a reason why there's this delay. And I'll give you a story, or we were told by the guy who did our operation.
Yeah.
And he told us, because even after operation, we kept on waiting, kept on hoping, and you're like, it's not happening. So, and you try everything.
Yeah.
From her to try how to, be fertile. From my
Yeah.
side, I'll try to eat everything. They talk about this tree that strengthens this tree that strengthens this. You keep on uprooting every root and everything. You keep on, because you see, you don't want to get to a point you're like, okay, I don't want to assume because I have the kids, I am fine. I'm the fine now. She's the one who is not fine. You understand?
Yeah.
So I have to be like, what if I am the one who is at problem? What
Right.
if after these two kids,
Yeah.
maybe I
It
incur this
stopped.
problem?
Yeah.
You understand? Yes. So it has to be. That's why I have now to connect to her and now try to walk the journey with her together. So this doctor was telling us of a couple who went through the same issue, and they tried everything. They even tried IVF. You know
Yeah.
how expensive IVF is?
Yeah. Very.
They
Yeah.
did the first IVF, it did not work. Yeah. They did the second IVF, it did not work. The third IVF, they went abroad, and the fourth one, they went abroad as well. It did not work. Do you know, after doing 4 IVF, you are like, okay, this was not meant for us. So they
Mhm.
decided to just eat everything and relax and do nothing.
And
Within 4 months, they were pregnant. Even the doctors cannot explain that. You
mhm.
understand? You've tried everything else only for you to, to get pregnant naturally. So, what if something told you to wait? You understand? Sometimes we are very impatient. We are very pushing because we want things our own way. But sometimes I am learning and I'm teaching her to just relax, because
Mhm.
every day you see a pregnant woman, you look at her with, those eyes of, will that be me one day?
Oh, I wish
You
that could
understand?
be me.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah, you're putting so much pressure on yourself, and you are, I think you are killing yourself slowly.
Yeah, I think that's tough. It's really tough. But I think what I can say to you guys is stick with each other, be each other's support system. I hope you have a great relationship with Mwakazi's kids. So I
Ah,
like how,
they are.
yeah. So I hope you look at them and you're like, guess what? These are my kids as well. So, and I like how you said you are raising them whichever way other people think, it doesn't matter. But if you feel inside your heart you're raising them like your own kids, that's it. Like if you're a believer in God, like the Bible says, sometimes those could be the kids that God decided to give you. So you just look at them as your own blessings. If they love your husband, you have to love them. Yeah, but I know the nature part of it still kicks in. You wish this and this and this, but just stay positive. When you are sad, talk about it with your husband, because he's the most person who will understand you, because he's seen you through it. He's seen you go through surgery, he's seen you break down in the chair, he knows what it means. So find that specific person that you feel will understand you. Cry, it doesn't matter, just cry to him. He knows what you're going through. And so at least now he's also built that immune, like where he knows how to help you. He knows when you're going through something, because he can tell your signs. Like my husband can, if it's that time of the month, he will know. Like he'll say, I'll yell at the kids, or I'll not be in the mood to talk, and you'll be like, oh, is it that time? He's like, oh yeah. So he knows. Like, you start to know each other the moment something changes on your faces, in your actions. You know each other already. You're like, something is not right. So what could it be? Is it her periods coming, or is it something that happened at work? So you dig for stuff and talk about it. So I will pray for you guys.
I'm
Still,
laughing because I have her track as well. So
you
I have
have her
her
track
track.
as
I know
well, yeah.
when she's ovulating. I know when she's. So at least psychologically, I can prepare how to handle her.
Exactly. That's this. It's the same thing here.
You know,
Like, sometimes when I'm late, my husband will
Mwakazi is a
remind.
thief. I told you. Fear these people.
No, but that's somebody who cares about you, because my husband does the
yes.
same. Yes. So, like, I'm telling you, it grows. Like, the more you stay together, the more your schedule will be his schedule. So, if it's something that now your schedule is about, like, what changes in your life, he has to know. If he didn't know, then you should be worried. You're like, dude, you don't even know that I'm supposed to be in my periods right now. What's wrong with you? But so it's because now you're getting to that bond where it's just like a circle in your head. It's a time, it's a clock. You know each other's clocks. So, but hey, thank you guys so much. I love you. Stay positive. Keep sharing your stories with the rest of the world. Spread positivity. So thank you for telling us, bringing us into your lives, and sharing your deep, deep stories that will encourage somebody. And I'm so glad you accepted to join me on my show today and share with the rest of the world. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
as well.
All right. What's the final remarks here? What can you say to everybody about yourselves, or any positive message that you could share with everybody who's watching us?
I think to me, I'll talk from so many angles, but the main angle is let's take. I know times are hard, but let's look for anything positive from each other. If it's your partner, just look for anything positive. I know sometimes when situations are tough, we tend to look for, all those negative or reasons why you should fight, reasons why you should, split and stay apart. but let's look for, just that one thing that is positive about your partner.
Mm-hmm.
On now the channel part, I think it's always important. Anybody who is watching, we grow from, when you watch our videos, when you give it a thumbs up, it encourages us. We actually go through a lot shooting one video. Editing that video takes us hours, uploading, exporting, and all that. Just, even if it's even if exercise is not the thing, just that positive vibe, just, it goes a long way to encourage our channel. Because you see, on my part, I give people exercise. I know people need this, and actually, the people in the US, is it winter is coming? When winter comes, most of you are indoors. All you need is exercise, and here I am. All you see, I sacrifice to give you like positive things on my channel. That is exercise, something you need. We share so many things. We share so many gossip. If it's a video that you've seen and it's nice, you share it out. That will really build me as a person, build us as a person, and life will be a lot more easier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For me,
Pauline.
what I can only say,
Mm-hmm.
what I can personally say is follow your heart. Always love the person you are with in times of riches and not riches, but in times of riches and poor. All the time you should be there for that person, because you never know, one day this person will lack and you might be the person to step in. And one day you might lack completely and this person to always stand for you. So personally, just be real, love that person like you'd like to be loved. And never see men like a bank or a ATM, that all the time you see a man, you only see money. I always tell people, if you see a white man, never think that that white man goes somewhere and picks the money from the tree
Don't see
and
money.
run. Yeah, you run to that person thinking that all your problems are sorted. No, you've gone there with expectations, but you should not go there with expectations. If you love that person accordingly, even if he
They
doesn't
will
have,
love you
yeah,
Yeah,
even if they don't have, they will do everything to
for
make
you. Yeah.
sure you are comfortable and happy. But if you
yeah.
go there with expectations, sweetheart, the next day you come back in free.
Crying. Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
get
So for
disappointed.
me,
Yes.
so for
Yeah.
me, I'm like, be positive, love that person like you'd love to be loved, just like the way you could love to see your brother or sister loved by someone else. And create a family, even if that person is mad, even if he doesn't want to see you, just bring that bad face of yours in front of him and tell him, so
Here I am.
here I am.
I'm not going anywhere.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. 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 Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you. So I have nothing to add. We've said so much in 2 hours and 18 minutes. It's been one of the best conversations I've had. Very, very positive stories. You've shared your life, how you lost everything, how you guys, did stick together and you're still together, you're working through it, different challenges happening in your lives with Pauline and all that stuff. I want to say thank you so much for letting us in your space and sharing with us. So if you're late, you're just joining us, like Nyagas in Dubai, please go back and watch this video. You could share it with your other friends. I know Nyagas in Dubai is actually a Kenyan. So I want to say, you guys, please share our videos, like our videos. I know somebody out there will actually find this very helpful, because what we were chatting about is life, and we all need to know new things or pick a leaf here and there from these amazing people. So thank you again, the Mwakazis. Stay positive. I'm so glad God kept you, or actually brought you together somehow, whichever way you guys met. But it's a beautiful story, and I'm glad you're sharing it with the rest of the world. It's encouraging, and I pray that God answers your prayers. And just stay positive, stay you, and we love you. Okay. To the watchers, thank you everybody who has stuck with us. You started watching us at 12. Now it's 2 p.m., 2:20. So thank you so much. Thank you for all the conversations. Please visit the Mwakazi's family. They have 2 channels. Mwakazi, the man, has the fitness kind, which we all know him from. And then Pauline started Mwakazi's family. But of course, Mwakazi, the guy, kind of finds himself there on that channel as well. So you'll
Part of
find
the
them
family.
there. So please support their channels. Like, watch their videos, like, support, share them, subscribe if you haven't. And let's keep supporting each other as content creators. All of you guys who are in the comments, I see your content creators. Most of you are already subscribed to your channels. So I appreciate your support. The Mwakazis, stay blessed. We'll talk again very, very, very soon. We have so many topics to talk about. I love you guys.
So many
We love
interesting
you too.
stories.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Thank you guys for joining. We're going to
You
end
too.
this. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome.